Yeah. Well, listen, some of those were tight windows, and so credit to him for getting open, getting enough separation, body control, just all the things that he does to give me a place to throw the ball to him. And, he makes a ton of contested throws. He did that today. Came up with some big third down catches. Obviously, none bigger than the one at the end of the game there. Just a big-time player who's always ready to make the big-time plays.
Mike's not necessarily considered the biggest threat all the time. Seems like he catches a lot across the middle.
Yeah.
Is there almost like a lulling the sleep factor for him and on a receiver like that?
Yeah, there is. We kind of listen. He can do everything, and I think a lot of times I think corners may get a little frustrated with him, and just as physical as he is with a lot of the intermediate stuff, and so when they start playing underneath him, that's when we have opportunities to push the ball down the field to him, which is what happened there at the end of the game. Yep. Yeah, well, they're standing next to each other, so as you're looking at it, you feel like they're going to drop in and double somebody. You just don't know which one it is, and sometimes they can do 3-on-2 and different stuff like that. But the minute the ball was snapped, it felt like, okay, Camaro's doubled, Mike's singled, Mike's by him, here we go.
From that matchup standpoint, whenever they roll for you, did that have much to do with it as well?
Well, listen, he's a top-flight corner. He's an elite corner, so just depending on the team and that kind of thing, they go in every game saying, all right, what are our matchups? Where are our matchup problems? And a lot of times, you see it on film with Marcus Peters where they just say, all right, you just take their best guy, you take care of him, and then we'll worry about the rest of them. And that's basically what happened on that play was everybody's trying to match, and they kind of said, all right, Peters, you got Mike T.
For the second half for you guys offensively, was it more what the Rams did to adjust to you guys? Or
I mean, listen, yeah, the two, so, they get the ball first. They go down and score. We come back. We go 6 plays. We convert a third down and just, and then, they drive down and score. And then we go 6 plays again, get a couple first downs, and then get stopped. So it's not like it was 3 and out. I mean, we would drive the ball a little bit. We just, you just got to be so efficient against a team like that, especially when the back and forth is occurring, on the other side of the ball. Listen, that is as explosive an offense as there is that the Rams have. So we knew it was going to be an all-day battle, and we knew that even at the score 35-14, there's still a ton of football left to be played, and they're a high-scoring offense, and we still needed to be able to score some points. Well, I mean, hey, this is when we go win the game, So they did a great job of tying it up, and then offensively for us, we were able to go down, kick a field goal. Defense comes up with a huge stop, give us the ball back, and then boom, we make it a 10-point game, which obviously changes things completely.
Who is this for? I know it's one win, but considering the opposition,
yeah, listen,
more significant than some of the others.
I mean, listen, of course, it's a very meaningful game. Trying to keep things in perspective that, each win counts the same, right, on the stat sheet. But when you talk about playoff implications and all those things, I mean, that's who we aspire to be. So knowing that, hey, that was the undefeated team, that was the team that was leading the NFC, yeah, that's a big win, obviously. But they're going to keep winning games, I'm sure. I want us to keep winning games, and, we'll see how it shakes out in the end. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's the gauntlet, and then we go on the road this week at Cincinnati. I think that's going to be one of the tougher games this season. And then it's Philly, and then Atlanta. I lose track after that, but I mean, it doesn't get any easier. Listen, this league is full of great teams and great players, and prideful guys that are playing for a lot and putting their best out there, and we got to earn it week in and week out.
You had to watch quarterback when Joe Horn was around, but you haven't seen that play in Saints history for Mike to pull up a cell phone, which they can pay homage to.
Who's that?
The cell phone celebration?
Yeah. I didn't see it.
Mike pulled out the cell phone under the. Okay.
I didn't see it. I really didn't. That's the first I've heard of that. I just know we got a 15-yard penalty. I don't know what he did.
You've seen the film, at highest of high. Did this game feel like, did the atmosphere feel different, or did it feel like another big game?
Well, big game, you know. It was rocking, and we appreciate that. I mean, we knew this was, man, this was the South Louisiana folks are going to have to get some extra sleep this week after LSU, Bama, and then this game. Yeah, it was a wild football weekend, I know, for a lot of people. Glad we could come up with a win today. Obviously, we preach needing that home field advantage, and I felt like we certainly got it today, especially down the stretch there at the end where, man, we needed some stops, and I felt like the Dome was as loud as I've heard it.
Sean had mentioned he felt like the rushing battle was going to be so big in this game.
Yeah.
Particularly when it comes to Kamara. How often do you feel like you see plays that he makes look like this isn't going to be a negative play, dead to rights, and all of a sudden he turns it into a positive play?
Yeah, he is a smooth runner. He is an elusive runner. He's just one of these guys that plays with great body control and leverage, and he can shed tacklers. It's pretty uncanny, you know. But yeah, his ability both in the run game and the pass game just to maneuver, and I mean, it looks so smooth that it barely looks like he's moving. But man, he's, you know, covering ground, making people miss, and obviously some great results today. The first touchdown, the second touchdown. I mean, there was a couple where just impressive.
This team may have that little extra, whatever it is, can you measure that?
Well, this is what I like. I like the way that we have continued to improve each and every week, continue to find different ways to win. Man, we're having fun doing it too. I mean, that's what I love so much. Just being a guy who's, you know, towards the end of my career, just being able to watch guys have this much fun and just staying in the moment. And I mean, that's when you have a team that cares about one another and wants to win for one another, and that's a tough bond to ever break, you know, and it's a feeling where no matter what the circumstances, you feel like you're going to win. And, you know, listen, we were up 21 points, and they come back and tie us, you know, and yet I'm telling you, there was nobody was panicking, nobody was, you know, getting tight or you know, feeling like pressing. We just went out there and handled business.
Just curious, do you feel differently about this team than you do last year's team? You ever think about that, the makeup of the team, and just the
Yeah,
jobs that you get?
no, I mean, I don't. Listen, a lot of the same faces, but you got to reestablish that identity each and every year. And, you know, as I looked at the schedule this year, I mean, just week after week, it's like, oh, man, we got to play these guys, and we got to come back and play these guys. And then, you know, it's like every one of these opponents you feel like is, you know, Superman. And so you just got to boil it down to, man, just 1 week at a time, and let's just focus on our stuff and know that if we go out and play our best, man, we're going to be hard to beat. And just, man, let's enjoy it, and let's play for one another. And you know, Sean creates that culture, first and foremost, Sean Payton. You know, when it's time to work, it's time to work. When it's time to have fun, it's time to have fun. And we know how to do both pretty well.
I will start this question by saying, during Sean's press conference, I slighted you. I asked him, will you catch a touchdown this year? It'll be your first in the NFL, and he quickly pointed out you caught one in San Diego.
2003.
Was that the first time that had actually been a play called? I know you lined up in case it comes in, but the play was designed to be a
Yeah.
And do you think you may actually catch one this year?
I say the chances are good. Chances are strong that I will.
Drew, I didn't hear if you were asked this already, but specifically that front four, a lot of them made of Donald and Sue and those guys.
Yeah.
How comfortable do you feel in the
They're the real deal. That whole front is the real deal. Man, they can rush the passer. They can wreak havoc. I think our guys did a tremendous job up front. And that's a group effort. Listen, you know, that's I think our ability to effectively run the football, mixed with play action, mixed with drop back. I mean, just all those things that you try to don't just allow them to pin their ears back and rush the passer. I felt like our guys did a tremendous job all game long.
In a game like this, where it feels like everybody's scoring every possession, especially that first half, and maybe a turnover could turn the game for one team, specifically that sequence in the middle, kind of near the end of the first half, where Mark Ingram has that fumble, and you're able to stop him on that
Yep.
big field goal and go down and score. It seemed like, did that feel like that brought momentum back to your sideline?
Absolutely. to know that you could walk away from that with, you know, no blood, and then our defense gets a turnover there in the 2 minute at the end of the half, and then we convert that to a touchdown. I mean, that's a huge swing there, right? So those are big momentum plays.
You've had a really exciting and long career. How exciting is it to be out there sometimes with two and even three quarterbacks?
It's interesting. It's kind of like you never know what we'll do next. But when you have an athlete like Taysom, who can do so much, not just as a quarterback, but running the football, blocking, catching. I mean, just, you know, the guy's Superman. You know, returns kickoffs, runs down on kickoff, personal protector on punt. I mean, you name it. He's the ultimate team guy.
You predict a lot more points this year.
Hey, you never know.
The caliber of football being played is really, really high there. What was it like to be part of it?
Yeah. Well, you know, we knew the type of game this was going to be. We knew it was going to be back and forth. They are a great football team. They're a very well-coached football team on both sides of the ball. Extremely explosive on offense, obviously, and so we knew what we were going up against. And for us, I think it was just maximizing every opportunity and being as efficient as we possibly could, staying on the field as much as we could, getting touchdowns as much as we could. I mean, there's some statistics that are just so critical to this game. You know, I think it was close to 60% on third down. That's huge. 5 of 5 in the red zone touchdowns. It's huge. You know, our turnover didn't result in any points for them. The turnover we got resulted in a touchdown for us. You know, that's huge at the end of the day. So running the football, 140 yards rushing, it's huge. A lot of little things that, man, when you add them all up, those are the differences in the game. But we knew the type of opponent we were going up against. We knew we had to play near perfect to beat these guys. All right.